Welcome back. This is video 4 of 6. In the next assignment, you will generate short videos. In the following final assignment, you will generate speech and music. I hope you were able to edit images and get some good results. I hope you tried having the chatbot access the web. In assignment 2, you generated images. In assignment 4, you will generate videos. There are more than a dozen AI tools for creating short videos, AI video generation, with some free tier. You can type a description, text to video, which first does text to image, or upload an image, image to video, and AI generates a short video clip. Let's do image to video using Pika. I am uploading an image of gondolas on the Venice Lagoon. I prompt, animate this image with the gondolas bobbing on the water. I click the up arrow to generate the video. What happened? For most tools, you see the tool making progress on generating the video. Pika is different. It immediately places the generation in your library. You need to know to click Library. The new video is at the upper left, being generated. On this occasion, it took less than a minute to generate. I click the video. Nice. No sound. Pika can generate sound, but it has never generated sound for me in free tier. Some tools add sound or generate some dialogue. Some tools can generate speech from a dialogue script you provide, though limited to one voice in free tier. Some tools can lip sync a generated video to an audio track you upload, but don't expect to generate a nice music video with the tools in this assignment on free tier. Some tools can use one video to produce another, video to video. These capabilities are advancing rapidly. If you are a Facebook user and watch Reels, likely you have seen some AI-generated Reels. Generated sci-fi Reels look like they could be from a movie. Let's look at the fourth assignment. Part A is creating a video. Use one or more of the following 4 tools to create short videos. At least one from text and one from image. Try Runway or Google Flow if you want generated sound or generated dialogue with the video, but silent videos are fine for this assignment. Generating a music video from an uploaded song track is trickier and not included in this assignment. So, tools are Pika, Runway, Luma Dream Machine, Google Labs Flow. Or if you want, you can also try HeyGen or Canva. Text-to-video example prompts are available here. If you want images to start from, I give you some examples here and here, but you can also use your own images or use Google search. There are notes. There are more tools. Part B is having a chatbot create a presentation. Chatbots and other tools can create presentations, slideshows, directed by your prompts, which can be high-level or specific. This can be useful for club presentations, church groups, family history talks, community meetings, or even for creating a class or an entire course. The chatbot can access current information from the web as needed. Output can be rich text format that you can copy-paste, or less reliably, you can specify that you want a PowerPoint presentation, Apple Keynote, Google Docs slides, PDF slides, or other common format. So in Part B, you will use a chatbot to create a text format presentation of your choice. Then read through that presentation and evaluate it. Back to video generation now. Some tools generate 5 seconds of video. Some generate 10 or 20 seconds of video. Some generate longer videos but are less general purpose. Only a few tools let you upload a spoken word, song, or music track to the video. I will show you some outputs for generating video using different tools. My video recording software could not record my computer audio directly properly, so you will not hear the actual quality of the sound, unfortunately. I will give you a link to 3 folders of generated videos. First, text to video. I prompted a busy farmer's market on a sunny morning with people buying vegetables and flowers. This video is from Canva. It's idyllic, there's no sound, and the birds are kind of weird. Some of the birds came down here and sort of flew off into nowhere. This video is from Luma. It's pretty realistic. It did not generate sound. This video is from Pika. Notice how there was a hallucination where the tomato magically appeared in her left hand again. Pika did not generate sound here. This video is from Runway.
I'm proud of you, man.
Runway generated background sound, not dialogue, but it was, good background sound. And then that umbrella canopy magically got added. So that's a hallucination. This is Google VO.
That's $5 for the carrots.
Do you know if the basil is fresh today?
I'll take these sunflowers. They're lovely.
Google VO auto-generated the dialogue, but it's not quite right. Now we will look at examples of image to video. I uploaded one vacation photo and prompted, animate the tourists and have one of them walk up the stairs. This video is from Luma. It looks fine, no sound. This video is from Pika. It also looks fine, no sound. This video is from Runway. Runway was a real overachiever. It generated sound, it generated people. The file name said Rio de Janeiro, and Runway added the view of Rio from the mountain. Now we'll look at image to video with text to speech. I uploaded one image I had previously generated and prompted, animate this image with the character on the right saying, with AI, you don't learn it, you use it. This is Luma.
With AI, you don't learn it, you use it.
Pretty good. And finally, image to video lip-synced to an uploaded speech track. On Free Lip Sync, I uploaded one image I had previously generated, and I uploaded a speech track I generated on 11 Labs.
With AI, you don't learn it, you use it.
I had only wanted the wizard on the right to speak, but this is pretty good. Now I want to show you a more advanced example that used Midjourney paid subscription, $20 per month, which you will not use in this assignment. The music in the video is better quality than you will hear through my recording. This is a clip from a 9-minute Debussy symphony played by the Heartland Festival Orchestra of Central Illinois. This video was generated for the concert by artists Doug and Eileen Loinig of Big Picture Peoria using Midjourney. Midjourney generates 5 seconds of video at a time from a starting image and a prompt, and optionally a final image. Midjourney can extend a 5-second video by another 5 seconds and another, up to 20 seconds, either from the same prompt or changing the prompt as you go. Doug and Eileen's starting and ending images for each segment were created in Midjourney, refined in Adobe Photoshop, and uploaded back to Midjourney. The orchestra soundtrack was added to the video using Adobe Premiere. I will give you a link to the entire video. Now let's continue with more information about chatbots. Telling the chatbot to take on a role or personality. You can assign the chatbot a role for some purpose or tell it to adopt a personality. For example, science tutor, language instructor, customer service representative, fitness coach, historical figure, fictional character, travel guide, personal assistant, chef, therapist, counselor, science fiction writer, poet, historian, detective, etc. You can assign 2 roles at once. You could assign the chatbot a role in a project instruction in a project. You could assign different roles in different projects. Actually, this is memory, directing the language model to respond with that role or personality, but our perception is that the chatbot seems to adopt that role. You can have different projects with different assigned roles. This might be cleaner in Claude or Gemini than Copilot due to their differing memory designs. For ChatGPT, when you create the project, you could select for project memories to remain local to the project and not use global memories. You can build an immersive world with the chatbot. Using the chatbot as a tutor or teacher. A chatbot can act as your tutor or teacher. As a teacher, it should not give you all the answers to your questions, but should guide you to learn. It might ask you questions, give hints, generate practice problems, or review mistakes and misconceptions. It should provide some amount of friction so that you have to work to learn. I will give you a link to having the chatbot act as a tutor or teacher. You can prompt the chatbot to act as your tutor or teacher, but some of the chatbots have a better special mode for helping you to learn, different from the normal responses to your prompts. Gemini has guided learning, which you access at the prompt by clicking plus, then more tools, then guided learning. You can use this within a notebook, or you can access guided learning directly at this link. Perplexity has Learn Step by Step, which you access at the prompt by clicking Search and then Learn Step by Step. You can use this within a space. Copilot has Study and Learn, which you access at the prompt by clicking Smart and then Study and Learn. You can use this within a project. Claude has a skill called Learn, which you can install from plus skills. I've installed it, and here it is, Learn. You can use this within a project. ChatGPT has a study mode not available in projects. I could not find this in my user interface, but you can access this directly at this website. Some people have written that putting L99 at the beginning or end of a prompt for Claude will cause it to respond at the highest expert level, level 99, detailed, technical, and comprehensive. There is no such special keyword, and this did not work when I tried it. Chatbot settings. Chatbots have settings that you can set. Settings for custom instructions from you to the chatbot, telling the chatbot your preferences and personalization, and enabling or disabling the chatbot to use its memory of information it has gleaned from your conversations or that you have instructed it to remember for generation of responses to your prompts. If you start using some chatbot quite a bit, you should check its settings and see if you want to customize them for your use across all chats and projects. This is ChatGPT. Settings are accessed at the lower left, either a settings gear icon or click on the icon of your initials or avatar, and then choose Settings. For Claude, you have to open the sidebar first. In the following, I tell you where to find the most relevant settings to consider. You decide how to set them for your needs. I'm highlighting memory in green, custom instructions in blue, and preferences personalization in yellow, and I will make this document available to you. For ChatGPT settings, let's start with General, and I want to point out language if you routinely use the chatbot in a different language. Higher intelligence. When enabled, ChatGPT can automatically use a higher intelligence setting when you ask a complex question. And I have that enabled. I don't know if this uses the latest model or how this relates to deep research. General enabled dictation. I have that enabled. Personalization. Base style and tone. You can change this. I have this set to the default, but I might change it to professional, because sometimes ChatGPT is friendlier and more, tries to seem like a human more than I care to. Characteristics, I have changed it to be less warm. Fast answers, I have this disabled, but you decide for yourself. Custom instructions apply across all chats and projects for your convenience or to achieve consistency across sessions. For some chatbots, this includes temporary chats. You could specify your preferred way for responses to explain things or give specific guidelines like level of detail or usual areas of interest. For example, I gave all the chatbots the custom instructions, I prefer scientifically defensible answers. Use custom instructions for permanent information across all chats and projects. Personalization about you. You can give it a nickname for yourself if you want. You can give it an occupation if you wish. You can give it more information about you if you wish. Personalization memory. Less permanent than custom instructions. Add a prompt. You could tell the chatbot to remember some information about you or your preferences until you later prompt it to forget that information, as we have covered previously. Prior to June 2026, ChatGPT gave us two configuration settings for what memories would get referenced as context for prompts. These were eliminated in the memory changes of June 2026, though you have the option to revert to the old memory system. There was a setting, Reference Saved Memories, which I had enabled, and Reference Chat History. I had enabled ChatGPT to use information from my past conversations, other chats, as context in future chats. Sometimes this improved responses and other times not. I'll give you a link to further information from ChatGPT for the old memory system. In June 2026, ChatGPT changed its handling of memory, called Dreaming v3, and the configuration settings. Now you can enable memory or not. You can see your memory summary and manage it. I'll click Manage. This memory summary is like a dossier about you. It is related to, but different than, the result of asking ChatGPT what it remembers for you. I will give you a link to ChatGPT's memory summary for me. I will give you a link to the new memory FAQ. To manage your memory summary, you can add items or update items at the bottom. You can highlight an item and then make a correction, or direct for this not to be mentioned again. But this does not delete the memory. You can click the three dots at the top and click Delete and turn off memory, but you may not want to delete all the memories because they can be useful to getting responses most useful to you. I find this a little confusing, but it is still new and may change, and I will have to adapt. Advanced Web Search. When my prompt requests current information, for example, current events, ChatGPT will get current information from the web. We learned that Claude is a little different. If my prompt to ChatGPT does not request current information, ChatGPT could decide on its own that using web search would improve accuracy, freshness, or completeness of its response. For example, it might decide based on training data that it is likely that new articles on the internet could change its response. This setting allows or disallows ChatGPT to do that proactive web search. I will give you a link to additional information about ChatGPT's web search setting. ChatGPT Voice. I have ChatGPT Voice disabled. I can still have it read aloud when I wish. Plugins. ChatGPT can interface with many tools if you choose. Think about the risks as well as benefits before you enable these. Data controls. Improve the model for everyone. Select whether you do or do not want your conversations to be included in training future language models. I see no harm in this if you never enter personal information or only do so in temporary or incognito chats, which will not be used for model training. Archived chats. You can unarchive or delete archived chats. Storage. I don't know what causes a file or image to end up here. I clear these occasionally. For Claude, you open the sidebar, click on your avatar, and then click Settings. You should look at Instructions for Claude and Preferences, and under Claude Customize, you should look at the memory settings. There used to be a setting View and Manage Memory. I guess this has been replaced by You. For Gemini, click on the gear icon for Settings. You should look at Memory and Instructions for Gemini. For Perplexity, click on the icon and then All Settings. You should look at Preferences, Custom Instructions, Location, Response Preferences, and Memory Settings. I don't see that Perplexity lets you edit gleaned memories. For Copilot, click on the avatar and then Settings. For Copilot, you should look at Memory, Personalization and Memory, Add Facts About You, and View Memory. Add Facts About You acts like custom instructions, preferences, personalization, and memory. It seems like one memory store. When you view memory, there is no indication of whether a memory was created by Add Facts About You, Remember, or prompting I like. I will give you a link to this chatbot settings material. This completes the fourth video. I encourage you to spend time on the fourth assignment before continuing to the fifth video.